Hello, everybody, or shall I say buongiorno, because today, or tonight actually, is Italian night at In the Know Live, the cooking show. I'm here every day, not every day, every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, cooking you my all-time favorite recipes. They're super simple, they're super easy, they're super basic. But I am particularly excited about this evening's menu, and I know I say that every week, but this is paying homage to my heritage, my great grandmother, Vincenza Albanese, who came from Sicily when she was 17. These are Italian staples in my household, or they were when I was growing up. So I can't mess them up. Otherwise, Vincenza is going to roll in her grave. So first up, I'm going to be making you a pomodoro sauce, which is just a basic, simple tomato sauce. One that can be the foundation for all of your favorite Italian dishes, including stuffed shells, lasagna. It's an awesome base. It's very simple, using all fresh ingredients other than canned tomatoes. And what I'm going to do, because it's Thirsty Thursday after all, is I'm going to upgrade that pomodoro. I've got myself a cup of vodka, and most of this is going to go into my sauce to create a vodka cream sauce. While that is simmering, I am then going to move on to my mom's world famous Caesar salad. This is the only vegetable I was essentially able to eat as a kid. And it's not what you think. I think Caesar salads have been Americanized. They're now way too creamy. Mayonnaise, we don't know her. We don't want her here. She's not going to be part of this dressing. It's going to be very light, refreshing, with a lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil base, as well as a secret ingredient that I'm going to just give away and tell you it's a raw egg. Because that's part of the original Caesar salad recipe, which is not from Italy. It's from Mexico. The more you know. It was an Italian chef, but it actually, its roots were in Mexico. But let's get started with our sauce. And because as you know, as Italians, the best type of sauce is one that is low and slow, simmering low and slow. I mean, we've put stuff on the stove for quite literally days because you just want to infuse all of these amazing flavors. And before I even start, I do want to show you this gorgeous Dutch oven. It's blue, it's fabulous, and this is called the Duchess from Great Jones. Glam Cam, look at that blue. Or a lapis, dare I say. It's very gay of me to know that shade of blue. But yeah, Dutch oven is going to be a fantastic option for any type of sauce just because it's really great at just keeping the temperatures consistent and allowing all of these flavors to impart. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is take 2 tablespoons, glam cam, of our olive oil. I feel like if the human body is, 97% water or whatever, I'm then 3% olive oil. It's the Italian in me. And then I'm just going to take 1 small chopped red onion and 4 garlic cloves chopped or minced, whatever you prefer. If you want a thicker chop because you like to have that textural difference in your mouth. Let's pray to God there are no mice in here in your mouth, then it's completely up to you. I'm just gonna put that right in, and you're just gonna want to cook it down until it gets nice and translucent. And a lot of people wonder why a red onion in a tomato sauce. A lot of times it's a yellow or even a white onion. Red onions are obviously less strong, they're more sweet, and I'd rather bring the sweetness into a sauce through its natural, organic ingredients than adding things like, sugar is natural, but I don't want to add sugar. I don't want to add agave nectar like some people do. You definitely want to also check the labels of your favorite tomato sauces because 9 times out of 10, they're putting way too much sugar in it. And Prego is fine in a pinch, not to crap on any brands, but a homemade option is always going to be your best bet, especially because it is so easy to make. So I'm going to allow this to heat up, and things are flying already because that's what happens here on In the Know Live. You get what you get. Things go flying. Things are said that I regret the next day, but it's all fun and games here. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on about medium high heat until everything cooks down. Moving right along, once that does cook down, I'm gonna grab me some tomato paste. And you're just gonna put in about a tablespoon. And this tomato paste is also going to add some sweetness without having to add in sugar. You know, it's highly concentrated. It's also gonna bring out the flavor of these bad boys, these whole tomatoes that we're gonna be putting in. Um, and in addition, there are some spices that are going in, and this is going to help to dilute those spices, which can be really powerful, especially because we're using thyme and oregano. And I have a story about oregano. I hope my dad's watching because I'm traumatized when it comes to oregano. I grew up as a kid who had kind of like a really crappy immune system. I was always sick, and this is so not appetizing. I also had warts, like most kids do when they're like, when they're young. And they always say oil of oregano will help get rid of them. So my dad would try to sneak oil of oregano and actual oregano into all my food, and I would scream at him. And now it's like, even just the slightest bit of oregano can be triggering. There's some PTSD for you, at least in the kitchen. So yeah, tomato paste is great because as we use it to coat everything that we're cooking down, it's also going to help to detract from the sharpness of these spices, or at least the pungency. Okay, this looks great. Again, I'm probably going to be rushing through this because our time is limited. I would want this to sit longer. The key to an amazing tomato sauce is to have it layered with flavors. You want the complexity brought in from your spices, your oils, your aromatics, the tomato itself. You can even add wine. You just want these things to simmer, and the longer you make it simmer, the more complex your flavor is going to be. So I'm putting in a tablespoon of this wonderful tomato paste. I'm going to try to stay clean and organized today, too. Do you notice how I'm removing things as I use them? Go me. Which is so weird that I'm not in the kitchen. I'm not this way in the kitchen because in everyday life, I am an organized, diagnosably OCD for sure. So you're welcome for making it as pretty as possible. But yeah, you're just going to add this tomato paste in, and you're going to allow it to coat your garlic and your onions. Alrighty, moving on, because again, like I said, we're gonna speed through this. I would typically allow this to cook a little bit longer. I'm gonna take a pinch of red pepper flakes. Now, this is probably more than a pinch. I love spicy food. Not sure if the glam cam's working, but okay. You're gonna have to imagine, well, you know what red pepper flakes look like. Come on, everybody. Obviously, this is totally customizable. You don't have to put in this amount. This is a pinch in my eyes. It's probably 7 pinches to most people, but I like things spicy. So in goes my red pepper flakes. I do recommend that even if you don't like spice, you add in at least just some sort of spice element. Obviously, you're going to want to put black pepper in, but even just the smallest pinch of ground cayenne will just help to elevate this from drab to fab. Alrighty, moving right along to my whole peeled tomatoes. Now, why do I use whole peeled tomatoes as opposed to crushed? Again, we want the purity of ingredients. With a lot of crushed cans, they add things like preservatives, they add excess salt, they add sugars, and by putting in just whole tomatoes, it gives you way more control over your ingredients and what we're going to be putting around them. So I always say purity is everything. Start with the basics and then add what you want and make it customizable to your liking. And that's just what you get with whole tomatoes. So plopping them right in. If you've got a potato masher, great. If you want a bicep exercise, like I always promote every week, because I like to do things the hard way apparently, then just grab your wooden spoon and get to chopping or smashing. These are the 28.5 ounce cans, I believe, or 28 ounce cans, yeah. Two of them are going to go in. Knowing me, I'm going to splatter this and get it all over me, which is not going to be cute, but you know what? It's worth it because it tastes effing delicious. All right, now I'm breaking up my tomatoes. And you want to make sure you do this before putting in this herb bundle that I'm about to plop right in, just because the whole purpose of having an herb bundle is to allow those flavors to be infused instead of breaking up and overpowering your dish. So if I were to put this in right now, this herb bundle, the leaves would get everywhere, and then I have no control over my flavor profile. So yeah, everything, if you don't chop them up small enough, that's totally fine. The heat's obviously going to cook these tomatoes down. Yummy, yummy. It already smells amazing. I've said this before, but like top 3 smell is absolutely garlic and olive oil and onions all mixed together to create something. Oh my gosh. I haven't made this in a while. I've been watching my carbs, but making an exception for y'all. What can I say? It's been a long week. I feel like I've been saying it's Monday every single day this week. So, yikes. All right. That's pretty much cooked down as much as I'm going to get it for now. And then I'm going to take my herb bundle. Again, this is just 2 sprigs of thyme, 2 of oregano. And if you've got butcher's twine, amazing. If you don't, then just grab yourself, ooh, child. Grab yourself some just string. Make sure it's 100% cotton. You can actually use dental floss, but make sure it's unflavored because we don't need to impart any peppermint moments into our sauce. Or you could just use string. But yeah, tie it together, plop it in, and then just make sure it's gently submerged. And then from there, you're going to actually bring this to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, just bring it down to a simmer and then let it sit. Because again, we want to impart the flavors. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Speaking of lemon squeezy, there's a lot of lemon in the Caesar salad dish I'm about to make you. And if you're just joining us, this is In the Know Live Cooking Edition. I have a pomodoro sauce on the stove in my gorgeous, the Duchess Dutch oven from Great Jones. And now I'm moving on to my mom's famous Caesar salad, which in my cookbook I call Mom's Definitely Not I messed up my own recipe. Mom's Definitely Not Sicilian, Sicilian Caesar salad. Say that 10 times fast. And the joke of this all is actually, you know, people, at least in America, we look at Caesar salads and we think creamy, we think mayonnaise, we think heavy. And my mom's version was always very like stripped down. As you can see here, it's olive oil, it's lemon juice, it's an egg, and it's just cheese. And she always thought that that's just the Sicilian way of making Caesar salad. And it took one Google search to find out that Caesar salad is not Italian, A, and B, there is absolutely no such thing as a Sicilian Caesar salad. So my mom, she's an amazing, amazing cook, but that's the gag of this recipe is that she was trying to convince us that something existed during our childhood and it just never existed. So love you, Mom. First, I'm going to make some croutons, and they're going to look like these gorgeous little things right here. I've been munching on them all day. Sorry about it. But all you have to do is grab 2 cups. This was about 3 slices of any leftover bread. I'm using a white bread. I was making grilled cheese the other day. I say that after I said I'm lowering my carb count. Clearly I'm lying to you because I was making grilled cheese. So this was about 3 slices just chopped up into 1/2-inch cubes. But what I'm going to do is go to my other Dutch oven, my Hamilton Beach one, and I'm just going to cook down about 1.5 tablespoons of butter, unsalted, and about 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. And then I'm going to also mix in these great spices, that being 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder. And then I have a little bit of sea salt, as well as some dried thyme, some dried oregano, and some dried basil. So if you haven't noticed, I like to keep things thematic. If I'm making 3 different things, there's usually 1 or 2 ingredients that tie them all together. And in this case, it's our lovely herbs. So I'm gonna head on over to my Dutch oven, head on over as if like I'm traveling to, like, down this monstrous kitchen that I have in New York City. And I'm just gonna melt down my butter and my olive oil. And then I'm going to scoop in my spices and my salt and just allow that to melt down. Again, what's so fun about croutons, it's the easiest way to get rid of leftover bread. If you've got bread that you know is gonna mold, turn them into croutons. If I was making this in real time and showing you the process of cooking, you would have your oven preset to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're following along right now and watching this after the fact, make sure your oven's on 350 degrees. But yeah, the different types of breads are obviously going to dictate the flavor profile. So they're awesome pumpernickel croutons, croissant croutons. I almost tried to make that a hybrid word. I was like, croissant. No, that's it's Thursday. We're not doing Frankenstein words today. But yeah, you're just gonna want this to melt down. It literally takes no time at all. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. But once this is melted down, which it basically, almost there, we're getting there. Oh, here we go, cool. You are then going to just grab your bread and dunk it right in. And then you're gonna make sure that you coat your bread pieces with this butter and herb mixture. And that's it. It's that simple to make croutons, y'all. Telling you, you'll never have leftover bread that's gonna go bad ever again because you can always turn it into a crouton. Okay, once these are coated, super simple process. I'm gonna take it off the heat. Now, Dutch ovens get really, really hot, so I recommend using oven mitts to transfer because it's funny. It's like you'd think I by now would have burnt myself like frying something or taking something out of the oven. Nope. My most of them came from a Dutch oven that I wasn't even picking up. I just like leaned against it and I was like, oh, great. Hope I don't have to go to the hospital. So yeah, just from the stove and dumping it on, I'm gonna show you guys, don't worry, in 2 seconds. Dumping it on an aluminum foil lined baking sheet. Now, these are the Nordic ware ones that we love because the New York Times gave it the seal of approval, saying that it's the chef's choice or the baker's choice when it comes to cooking ware. But basically, I'm just gonna flatten them out, make sure that they're not on top of each other. And see how every single bite is coated with that butter and olive oil mixture. And then into the oven, this will go for about 14 minutes. And at the halfway mark, you just want to take it out, give it a good mix so that it's evenly cooked on both sides. And yeah, that's it. And then you get these amazing croutons. I recommend doubling this recipe, by the way. This is simply not enough croutons. But yeah, into the oven, this would go. Check it after 7 minutes, give it a nice flipperoo. All right, this sauce is looking awesome. It's simmering already. Just wanted to give it another stir. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep it at a simmer, but always make sure that you're giving it a stir to just make sure those flavors are hitting everything. Awesome. Cool beans. Now let's actually prep the salad. I use romaine lettuce. These are romaine hearts, obviously. You want to make sure they're washed thoroughly because they can get extra dirty. I think 2 is good for this recipe. Sometimes they're a little bit smaller. You may need 3, but 2 is my go-to. I also recommend getting your own actual stalks as opposed to the bagged ones, because I feel like those are always chock full of the inside ribbing that just isn't as palatable. Same goes for kale. Like, I will never buy bagged kale because it's always just so tough down the middle, as opposed to buying the stalks yourself and ripping the leaves. Pro tip. But for these, I'm just gonna give it a nice chop on the bottom. You want it about 1/2 inch. And then sometimes even with the top, like, I don't know, I'm old school. I like to just rip it into bite-sized pieces. We're fun that way. Interactive. Get the kids to do it. Come on, just be like, don't you want to be Ina Garden when you grow up? Because I certainly did. And while I'm no Ina Garden, we can all aspire to be. Dream big. One day, folks. She's actually in the first their introduction for my book, because I would say out of any culinary influence, she's definitely had the biggest impact on my life. When I went through a really rough time of unemployment, graduating in 2009, y'all remember those years, I was shocked that I couldn't find a job, and I would go home. I lived at home, let's be honest here. And it was like, instead of paying rent for a few months while I was finding a job, I would watch Ina every day and cook my parents dinner. And so, yeah, she's very special to me. And this was one of the things that I would make. It was pasta, I feel like, every night, which is why I wasn't in the best shape in 2009. It was rough in many ways. So I'll just leave it at that. But into the bowl this will go. Give it a nice rough chop. Perfect. Now, what I had here is, let's see, Glam Cam. I have about 1/3 cup of olive oil, and it's been marinating, or I've had garlic marinating in it, just 1 clove that's been quartered. And what this will do is it's actually going to infuse that awesome garlic flavor into the olive oil so that it's not overpowering, overwhelming when you're putting it in your salad. So I'm going to take out that garlic now. And if I recommend anything, it's to reserve it so that you can use it for garlic bread, or to, gosh, if you want to go really crazy, chop it up and then put it into your sauce. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. But yeah, this has been marinating for about an hour, but you want a 1/2 hour minimum. Otherwise, you're not going to really get any garlic taste. So into the bowl it goes with our salt and pepper. You want a substantial amount of salt because our dressing is just so basic. So this is about a 1/2 teaspoon. I also have some freshly cracked black pepper, and you're just gonna put that in. And let's give this a good mix. Tongs are the best for salads, everybody. If you want the easiest way to mix a salad, it's to bust out some tongs and just go like this. It's gonna make sure it coats every single leaf, no leaf left behind. Perfect. Okay. Now that the oil's on, sorry, I'm playing a game of volleyball with you because what I want to do is start now creating a vodka sauce. I don't want to completely dress this and have all of my leaves wilt. So I'm going to go back to my sauce. Typically, come on now, y'all, this would be sitting here for hours because I want that sauce to be nice and robust and flavorful. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to show you the process. I have, y'all are going to be so jealous. I have the Our Place Always pan. Yes, I do. And I have it in this beautiful gray that matches my apartment. This thing does everything. It fries, it steams dumplings. Like, there's actually a dumpling tray that it comes with. But I'm using it for the vodka sauce. I highly, highly recommend it. It's non-stick. It comes in super cute, muted colors. Yeah, this has now become a staple. And it is, again, the Our Place Always pan. You can always use for anything. Gonna put this on medium heat. And what I'm going to do is scoop out 4 cups worth of the pomodoro sauce. Which already smells insane. 1, 2, 3. It's like Sesame Street. 4. Okay, perfect. And if your tomatoes have not been, if they have not reduced enough, just go in. They should be really soft and easy to break up even more. So once I've transferred my 4 cups of pomodoro sauce, I'm now going to add my 1 cup of vodka. No, I'm kidding. That's the after show, y'all. And you're just gonna pour it right in. And leave it on medium heat. What you're gonna wanna do is continue to stir and have this reduced by about 25%. It typically takes around 10 to 15 minutes. Again, for the interest of time, I'm gonna show you what we do after that, and I'm probably gonna take a bite out of it because it's gonna be very vodka-y. But yeah, you're gonna keep stirring and you're gonna wait until it reduces by about 25% in volume. Now let's go back and dress this salad. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice from a fresh lemon. Again, we don't do that jarred stuff. It's gross. And a lot of it's from concentrate, which means sugar, sugar, sugar. About 1 medium lemon will yield 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So you just pour that right in. Now here's the really fun part. We've got a raw egg. And the chances of getting salmonella are extremely low, but if you are pregnant, don't do this. This is not for you. We don't want to take any risks. That being said, see how this is one of those fancy eggs I was talking about that's super organic, super orange. You want to make sure that it's free range organic from a farmer directly to, again, reduce any chance of salmonella. But this goes right in, and this is how it's made traditionally with a raw egg. And then I'm gonna go back with my tongs. My tongs. Throwback. Oh my gosh. Do you know there are people that are younger that will never get that reference. And that for me was like defining for, I don't know, it was a high school thing, right? Yeah. High schoolers will never know how great the thong song was. Maybe that's a good thing. All right, so yeah, the yolk obviously breaks up really easily. You give it a good mix, and then you're gonna coat it with the best part, and that is some grated Parmesan cheese. Yum. About a third of a cup, half cup. No, again, cheese, we don't count that here. We don't measure it here. We just eyeball it and throw it in. But what's great about using this egg yolk is it's going to provide a richness, and it's going to help this cheese and your dressing really adhere to your leaves. So that's the role of the egg yolk and the egg white. And that's it, everyone. It's so simple, so easy, but so refreshing. And I promise you, this is going to be a go-to recipe for you and your kids. I'm going to grab myself a cook bowl. Remember, we love her, Kay. It's cook with a K, like Kardashian. I say it every episode. But I love these big bowls because you can use them for soup. You can use them for pasta. You can use them for salad. But I'll show you how I would plate this. And now it just to be to scoop some out. And like such as, do y'all know that reference too? That beauty queen who really messed up her answer when she was like maps like such as. Don't be like her. And so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna put some of my croutons right on top. Now, if you're feeling extra adventurous, I do have some anchovies. And for the anchovy averse, this would be the time to actually try them. Obviously very fishy, very salty, and you would just take a fillet or 2 and put it right on top. Voila! Gorgeous! How gorgeous is this? Love. All right, I'm gonna set this aside and just check on my pasta, which is basically done. Didn't want, it was like pooling a little bit, the dressing. I just want to make sure it was mixed. Okay, so let's pretend that this cooked down or got rid of about 25% of the volume. From there, what you would do is then take half a cup of heavy cream, pour it right in, and just make sure that it's mixed in. What I think I'm gonna actually do though when I plate this, I'll plate the pomodoro because I want the vodka to cook down a bit more. I'm not really into eating my vodka. I'm more into shooting it, putting it in cocktails. So this needs to simmer a bit, and I don't feel like being the guinea pig to see if it's ready. Grabbing myself another cook bowl, and I know this is blasphemous, but I pre-cooked my pasta. I would never do this in a million years, but I did want to show off this handy kitchen gizmo snap-in strain that apparently y'all really love, and I do too. Fits on every single bowl, fits on every single pot, and you just pour it sideways to get the water out when you boil up some pasta. Now, the thicker the pasta, the better, or the thicker your sauce should be. That's kind of been the general rule when it comes to pasta dishes. So if you have something nice and light, go for like an angel hair. If you've got something hearty like a bolognese or a pomodoro that's thicker with these tomatoes, you want something like a penne that's gonna really stand up to it. Okay, now what I'm just gonna do is scoop out some of this pomodoro sauce, keeping in mind that that herb bundle is in there and should not be served with it. Typically, again, this would be on for like 2 hours. But I do want to show you how I top it, and that's to just take some fresh basil, obviously, and julienne it, and put it right on top. We love, like I always say, a fresh moment on top of a cooked moment. Brings a nice punch of flavor, as well as some fresh parsley. Glam cam, look at that. And then last but certainly not least, some grated Parmesan. Yum. Fantastic. And here they are side by side for Italian night, if you can see it like that. Pretty, yes. Date night complete. Now I just have to find a date. Gonna give it a bite. So good. What's so crazy is that when you do an herb bundle too, it's like already imparting these wonderful flavors into the sauce. And what? It's only been like 25 minutes. So imagine that, but for hours. Freaking fabulous. And that's it for me this week, y'all. That blew by. If you want more great recipes, please be sure to visit intheknow.com. I will continue to be here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to show you some of my favorite recipes. I also have a giveaway going on my Instagram at Joey Sladany. Each week, I'm giving a signed copy away of Basic Bitchin'. And last week's winner is at Manda0928. Congratulations. If you want to enter, just check out my Instagram. And for next week's episode, all of you keto kings and queens, meaning high protein, low carb, I've got a turkey meatball for you, and I'm making one of my favorite recipes. I keep saying my favorite recipe, but they're all my favorite recipes. But this one, I make it all the time. It's an olive tapenade stack with fresh mozzarella and basil and tomato and everything you could want in a tomato stack. And then some. I'm super excited for next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until next time, enjoy your weekend.